Well, first off, in the household that you grew up, you live in the reality of what you just can't discern from the truth. You think mom and dad had that's internalized as a child. The issues that Frank and Linda had, we grew up with it. It is part of us, and it's something that I received a lot of counseling for, because that was very unhealthy. You know, at the funeral, mom had great points, so does dad, and that's okay, but let's be real. And that's what you're not, Jennifer. You don't want to look at the real, like peel the Band-Aid off and let the wound kind of breathe. You're going to keep that Band-Aid on there. So you have learned to be a quiet, genteel lady. I get that. I can be that too, but I'm also real. I'm a real person. I say, Mom used to slap me a lot. And I talked to Mom about it, and she said, I'm sorry. Dad cannot say sorry, and Jennifer cannot say sorry. When you kicked me out of the house because I was disciplining my daughter, Hillary, I may have said a cuss word or something, that is no reason to not talk about it. But your idea was, well, let's just throw her out of the house and pretend she doesn't exist. Guess what? I made an art project of it. It was great. I met this super nice guy, David Reynolds, and we had a big time, and I cooked him chicken parmesan. I turned every lemon into lemonade. Then we can go to where you told Alan, you said, we need to control her. And Alan's a genius. I mean, he's got a heroin problem, but he tested Mensa. He's pretty smart. He just shook his head. He said, she just doesn't get it. She does not get it. And Georgia says that. She says, every time you get a manic, your sister gets freaked out and thinks it's the first time. And she's never called me at the hospital. She's never come to visit me. She's taken charm and babysat my dogs. And that's where her level of integrity and intelligence is I can maybe take care of your dogs. The situation in Buckingham, I know a lot. I know a family that they travel to Europe in the summers, and their daughter goes to Buckingham County High School. She corrected me at Duck's Corner. I said, I'm getting a gyro. She goes, well, actually, it's a euro if you get it in Greece. Smart little teenager. So I don't believe you. I believe you're racist, and I think that you're the worst. You're like Antigone, but the worst person ever to not do anything for your neighborhood and your community besides appease yourself and your own money lust, which Mom did. Mom never got agape love. They don't really teach it at church, so Lucy doesn't get it either. It's more of a Greek thing that Thomas Jefferson was into. But all this, and then I'm suffering. I'm dealing with an alcoholic father that's trying to kill my kids, basically, passive aggressively. I was warned. They said, be careful, he's passive aggressive. So he was killing himself, drinking himself to death, and taking my kids with him. For some reason, my kids didn't want to come out and live with you, and I had to call the police on them. There was no other option because you did nothing. And I had to keep them off drugs and alcohol, make sure they knew how serious it was. So if they dislike me now in their early 20s, that's probably a good thing, because they know I will call the cops if they're on heroin or cocaine or one of those hard drugs. I will not put up with it. And that's what a parent does. When you have a lenient parent buying the fucking stuff for the kid. Fucking, I said, you're right, fucking, because my children's lives are at stake. And then you demean me in front of my kids by saying I'm not worthy of your Thanksgiving dinner. I don't fucking care about the china. God damn, you're so fucking shallow. What I wanted was to be with my kids. So you owe me a very serious apology, a handwritten letter, and I want to explain it to my kids because you're the one that's sick. I was talking about addiction, and you came over and you put your hands, you battered me, and you came over and put your hands on my wrists, which I could have taken you to court for. James is much healthier psychologically than you are because he came outside. We were all outside. I didn't go outside. There's no reason. Nana didn't say anything because she gets it. But you are the sick one. You're super controlling to the point that it's causing stress. And it's going to come around. I mean, my kids are going to grow up a little bit and they're going to say, poor Aunt Jennifer. She can have all the money in the world, but she just can't control people.